Hi, my name is Linda. I am a spiritual life coach and a medium, and this is my first video offering a life coaching approach to various topics. This topic is that obstacles don't exist. So let's go to it. This morning, I had a power outage here at my house. It was unexpected, and actually, it was kind of shocking because we heard this loud sound that I thought sounded like a gunshot, and the whole house was out. So we, were running around trying to figure out what's going on, and, eventually got a hold of the power grid company that we use and found out that about 15 houses in my neighborhood were out of power. So we had no idea how long this would last. I was like, geez, at least we had our coffee already brewed and we weren't able to enjoy that, but I was hungry. I was like, what am I going to make to eat right now? Because I had nothing cold really handy. But we have a gas grill that we had just recently put out. So I decided that I would try to toast my bagel on the gas grill, and I whipped up some scrambled eggs. It was a little weird because the grill wasn't open. I had to open it up, clean it, and then find all the tools that I needed, do all that stuff. And then I haven't had much practice cooking on a grill, so I kind of almost burned everything. But we did it. Nobody starved, got the food, and it was great. So you'll notice that in my telling that story, the obstacle basically got like a 1 or 2 liner, but the rest of the story was much longer, and that's because that's the part that really matters. It's not the obstacle, the fact that the power went out. It's the solutions and the lessons learned from it. So the solution was to find an alternative to make my breakfast. And the lesson was that I need to maybe just have things a little better in order so that when I have to do that again, which I probably will, it won't be as, kind of chaotic, and it'll be a little bit easier. But it was kind of an adventure, and having breakfast that way, camp style, and and we survived that. Just want to say that my mission in providing spiritual life coaching is to help bridge barriers that keep you and myself from really having the life that we want to have, living the dreams or the aspirations that we have in mind for this life, having a life that's peaceful and joyful and full of kindness and love. And I think that's what most all of us want. I know it is what I want. So I want to help people get that. And life coaching is one methodology for achieving that. There are many, but this is one. And that's what I would be offering. I also look at, this particular topic of obstacles as obstacles they're barriers, but they're also gateways to learning lessons. So I learned a few little lessons with our power outage this morning. And if we look at obstacles as gateways to learning lessons, it makes them feel less daunting, more interesting, and more doable in terms of managing them. So this experience of managing an obstacle, I can say that at least for this one thing, I showed that I'm competent, I have confidence, I'm creative, and I was pretty calm under pressure. So that's a good thing. And I think that's another thing that's really important is whenever you face a challenge in this life and you overcome that challenge, that you pat yourself on the back. For many of us, if we don't pat ourselves on the back, we never get that pat at all. there aren't people there to do it for you. So it's a good thing to say out loud to yourself, you did a good job there. You did all right. So I give you permission to do that whenever you want to. So the power outage is kind of it's not a big deal thing. It's a temporary situation. So I'm going to share with you something that goes a little deeper in terms of obstacles in life. A long time ago, certainly in the first half of my life, I was really well known as a people pleaser. I was very accommodating to everybody. And that might seem like a nice thing to be, like, you're always being kind and nice to everybody, but kindness is only effective when it's done for the sake of feeling kind toward others. When it's done for another motive, it really isn't effective. So as a people pleaser, I would do anything to make people feel happy. The reason I would do anything to make them happy got revealed to me a little later on. And the revelation was that I had a fear of rejection. And I recall a long time ago, I went to a therapist for a little while, maybe about a year, and trying to work out some of the angst I was having about not having the life that I really wanted to live. And in one session, she asked me a question that just changed everything for me. And I don't know that she intended to go there, but the question was right. And what she said to me was, whoever told you that everyone has to like you? And I was like, nobody ever told me that. And I was thinking, oh my God, I told me that. That was me. I made that story up in my own head, that everyone has to like me. What a burden. It was exhausting because I always felt like I had to make everyone like me, that this was like a critical mission in life. Oh, gosh, when I think back on it. Anyway, after that, I started to recognize my behaviors in which I would try to please people in order to make them like me so that I could feed my fear of rejection. And I really started to look at it and challenge myself on that. And I got to the point where I was like, you know what? If they don't like me, that's their business. It's not mine. I'm a perfectly nice person. So there's no reason for them to not like me. If they don't like me, it's about them. It's not about me. And I let it go. Just let it go. Oh, I don't know if you can feel that, but it was freedom, a burden off of my shoulders to let that go. There's no need for us to fuel those negative emotions like fear. There are many of them. That happened to be mine at that time. And there's no reason to fuel those except for what we think we have to do. I was reading, I have a deck that has these little frogs on it, and the one that we just saw yesterday said something to the effect of, you can't believe everything that you think, because it may not be true. And I was like, oh my God, yes, that's so right. So the other thing I was thinking about with this story is that I had this blind spot going on. Like I think other people recognized this people-pleasing behavior in me. but they didn't know what to do about it. They didn't know how to articulate anything to me about it. But they might have seen it, but I couldn't see it until that question was asked. The question was asked at the same time that I was really, really wanting to make a change. So that helped fuel it. And those blind spots can really hinder us from recognizing what's going on in our own psyche. I had a coaching session recently in which my client was talking about all these issues going on with so many other people in her life, and she wasn't sleeping well. She was, feeling terrible. I could even see it on her face. She didn't look good. And I said, well, you're carrying such a burden for all of these people. I says, did you think that's your job? Are you supposed to be doing that? And, she kind of sat back and was like, well, I guess not. And I says, their problems are their problems. Your job is to just love them. Be kind and love them. You don't have to take it home with you. You don't have to lose sleep over it, because there's really nothing. Worrying is the most useless emotion that there is. To worry about other people's issues does nothing for you, and it does nothing for that person. So worry just puts a burden on your shoulders that is too hard to bear, and causes you to lose sleep, not exercise, not eat well, and does nothing else to rectify the situation. Being loving and kind can help rectify the situation. If a person is struggling with something going on in their life, they just need to know that people care. They don't necessarily need you to do anything specific. Just know that you care about them. And I could see my client's face just kind of start to light up. There was a release. And that release is so powerful. When you let go of ownership of everything that doesn't belong to you, and only provide what does, which is being loving and kind to others, to yourself, self-care, all of those things that are really important in life that help you to be there for people when they really do need you. When you are in a situation where you're avoiding resolution of obstacles, or you're taking on too much, it does bring you down. And the good news is that improvement can be made, changes can be made, and it just takes a little work on your part. Moving forward is the goal. We want to go higher. We want to go wider. We want to go easier. Making life easier by really being clear about who you are, what you want, and how you're going to get there. Through that process, you start to look at obstacles as challenges and not sink into victimhood, which is a pit that's really hard to get out of. Through that, you start to recognize that your energies, their action, their emotions and energy are in action, they're in motion. And when you emote, whatever emotions you are having, you put that out, convey it to the world, that's what you get back. You start to see that who you are centered and grounded in, what you put out to the world, is what you get back. So if I want joy, I need to put out joy. If I want love and kindness, I need to put out love and kindness. If I want to feel depressed or hurt or wounded, or not even want to, but if that's the state I'm in, that's what I'm going to get back, is more of that. I'm going to get attracted to people in that state of being. And then you're sort of wallowing in it. You're sort of stuck deep down in there. So bringing yourself to that higher place of even fake it till you make it. Like, put out the joy, put out the happiness, be kind, and start to attract that back to you. It's very supportive. We want to give support. We want to receive support. It is a pathway to success. And you're already on that pathway. So it's just making sure that you continue forward and you take the routes that are going to work best for you. And, you know, you want to learn, you want to grow, and you can do that in so many ways. So you could pursue life coaching with me or someone else. You could just listen to videos. There are various wonderful people on YouTube that are providing all kinds of information, advice, wisdom that you can listen to, and some things will resonate and some won't. You can read educational things or inspirational things. You know, take walks, talk to family and friends, seek out the people who have the energy that you most want in your life. Seek out the resources that are going to give back to you what you want. It doesn't matter what it is, really. You just need to take a step forward. Take a step, just do it. My guides are always saying that to me. They spell it out on the pendulum. Just do it, Linda. Like, so if I'm vacillating about something, I'm like avoiding or I'm procrastinating, that's the message I always get from them. Just do it. So just do it. Just say yes. Just move forward. And you can do it. You'll be so much happier. I want to thank you for watching this video today. I really appreciate that. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, then you'll get notified of future videos. I plan on doing about one a week. My angel team, led by Uriel, they would like me to talk more about kindness in the next video. They have a lot to say about kindness, so we'll tackle that topic in the next one. In the meantime, I did write down, let's see, hold on. Be kind to yourself in every way possible, and practice seeing obstacles as gateways to learning. Now go out there and make a wonderful life. And remember, obstacles don't exist, only lessons. Hugs.